this early. Good morning. Happy new moon. Greetings. Happy new moon. I was just coming on here for a little bit, seeing how everyone is feeling with Mercury retrograde and the new moon. Looks like we might be quiet this morning. That's okay. It's been a quiet week. So, good morning. How's Mercury retrograde treating you all? You all hanging in there? It's been pretty quiet. Knock on wood regarding that aspect this week. The new moon kind of that's made me a little tired. That's a lot of energy going into Leo season. So, and then of course, we are starting the Love and Cleopatra ritual for this new moon because I did post a video this week about Leo season and Venus in Leo, and that energy perfectly supports glamory type work. So that is the ritual that I'm offering on this new moon is my Cleopatra work, which is the spirit that I work with that I find embodies and when evoked is the best one for me to personally work with for glamory magic on behalf of my clients. So that's what's happening this new moon. So of course it's a group candle lighting service. You send in your petition. You have the option to add a free 4-ounce spell candle with it. That is the standard offer that we make now with our group services is you pay like $5 or something and then we ship these out to you. I love pouring these during the ritual because then you really do get to become part of it. And it's also imbued with the new moon energy. Uses my own conjure oils in them. If you're not familiar with that, my website is shop.conjuredcardea.com, established in 2008. I think I offer close to almost 400 different conjure oils on there. That is my specialty if you do not know who I am. So that is what is happening tonight on this new moon. And I did post a video the day before yesterday on some things you can do yourselves for the new moon if you want to have some really quick, easy, free rituals at home. So is anybody a Leo? Since we are in Leo season, I love Leo season. It is one of my favorites. I'm not a Leo, I'm a Sagittarius, but I do love Leo season for magic. It's I think it's just one of the most powerful seasons, and I think it comes at the perfect time of the year, which, of course, we find that's how astrology works and magic works, using certain types of magic in certain seasons. That's how I like to plan mine. And how's the retrograde treating everyone? Just finishing up the retrograde service. I think you can probably see it behind me. Finishing up. We've got a couple of services back there. Da-da-da. And you can always add the Cleopatra spell box and the Novena to the service. So if this is something that you decided that you wanted, so you can work long term on this would be areas of, luxury, beauty, confidence, sealing romantic partners, drawing in new romantic partners, A lot of times she's evoked, and this type of magic is used around business. If you were looking for a promotion or to launch a business idea or to get funding for a business idea, if you were applying for a grant or a loan, really glamory is people I think have a tendency to associate glamories with just shifting your aura and maybe helping you feel more confident and beautiful, which it absolutely can. But that's not the only place where confidence and being the best version of ourselves will come into handy. Obviously, we can see how that would set us up for success in basically any goal that we're working towards. Good. I'm glad it's been calm for everybody. It looks like some lovely folks on here. And then pretty soon I'll have a Shopify shop attached to my YouTube channel. So you'll be able to shop directly from my YouTube channel and have access to the website. So that's coming also. So that's a new development. So you know what I should have done was, well, I don't, da, da, da. Okay, we're good. Yeah, so that is what's happening tonight for this Venus. We have some Venus energy in this Leo full moon. And I'm really enjoying this sort of calm right now in the summer. I'm still doing my stuff on social media, but I don't spend a lot of time on social media anyways, but I've definitely backed way off on it. It's like way too rage bait for me right now. I mean, it is just so I I see it suck other people in, and just the amount of negativity and anger and screaming I see on other, like my friends' social media, and it's just like, oh my God, I have zero desire to participate in any of that or follow anyone who produces content like that. That is absolutely not what you will ever find on any of my platforms. They are educational only. It is to let you know what is going on magically when, what is going on astrologically when, what it is used for, how you can use it, and to provide you the tools to use it with off my website. That's literally we all I mean, that's honestly how these communities started, right? Was just educating. And it's gotten very opinion based now, and also people wanting to like have a rebuttal to everything or make an argument about everything. And it's like your magic would be so much stronger if you were taking all of that energy and applying it to your own practice or your own relationships with your deities and guides and spirits versus criticizing or speaking about somebody else's way of practicing, particularly when you're speaking to somebody that is a complete stranger to you. You actually know nothing about them. So you actually don't know anything about their practice or their culture or where they're from or how they were raised or how long they've been practicing. I mean, it's really just it is a really gross um it is a gross side of humanity right now sometimes in these witch communities on social media. So I am glad to not be a part of it and to remain consistent and stable for you all. And you know what you're going to get on my site. You know what you're going to get from me. I'm going to try to be here to do lives. What time of the day do you think is best for you all for lives? Is it earlier in the morning like this? Is it like late at night? Um, I would think maybe lunchtime would work for some people, but I don't really know. So let me know. I'm up early. I'm like a 6 a.m., 7 a.m. person. And um, So while I have a lot to do in the morning, getting ready to produce orders, and I have photograph products and make new products and list new products, and there's a ton to do, right? There's always client work. Um, it's it would be helpful to know, like when the best availability is for you all. Okay, looks like we got some early birds too, like me. Okay. So let's see, been spending the week cleaning up and deleting my connection to some pages. You so inspired me to protect my mental space the other day with your post. I am so glad to hear that because it really, I think it's, I think it's like the average video right now is like 7 seconds. So, if you figure, of course, nobody's counting up actually how many like videos they're scrolling through a day, but I will bet you it's hundreds. And if you're not careful with those hundreds of 7 seconds and what is the actual message and content, I think is a great word to think about what it contains, right? And that's what's, flashing into your eyes and like going into your brain and going into your cells. And I think most of it is really detrimental. There's so much rage out there right now. And I'm not saying people don't have a reason to be outraged. I'm saying that we can choose our words more carefully and express our ideas in ways that are going to be more constructive. So I think people need to just slow down and be more thoughtful with their words, instead of getting angry about something and then going live and screaming at everybody. Or and it's okay to, like, I get it, like it's okay to have an attitude. Like I have an attitude too on some of my posts because you're trying to prove a point. But a lot of it is just so rude out there right now, especially talking about when this is, 20 years ago, 25 years ago when I got online. This is back in like the AOL, group chat days, the Yahoo groups. Um, Everybody was just so excited to have a place to even talk about paganism or witchcraft. You hardly saw anything like that happening 25 years ago in a pagan or witch community online. It just was non-existent. We were so grateful to just have a space to openly talk about it and meet people from around the world with similar interests. And now, because we do that all day, every day, I mean, the first thing when we wake up, we've just really taken it for granted. And I think it's dividing us. Um, because the community is so huge now and there are so many practitioners putting out content. And um, unfortunately, instead of that, making it more inclusive and more about supporting each other, it causes these really like hard sects to form, that are separated from each other. So, yes, exactly. This comment says, you were so correct. Our body and brain doesn't know. They are not talking to us, just too much trauma in our mental space. Yeah, absolutely. That's it. And it's for sure. I mean, I'm telling you, 20 or 25 years ago, when I got on and I started some of the first pagan and witch communities on Yahoo. That was like, I mean, that was one of the first ones. So I was teaching on there nearly 25 years ago. And it's how I made some of my first connections. It's how I did some of my first like witchy retreats and witch festivals. It's how I found some of the members for my coven. Um, yeah, people were just so excited to just be together and have community. And now I see such divisiveness. And for, somebody that has been in this community for half my life now online, it's I wish people could see like what's happening, but because they're new and this is the only way they know it, and everything is so reactionary and everything is so drama fed and everything is so rage bait and clickbait that they never I'm not sure they ever even got to experience what it was like to have real community on here. So that's a little bit of what I'm trying to preserve, and I want to come back and do the lives and just try to be supportive and uplifting to you folks while teaching you, what's going on magically for the month, and, working with the moon phases and working with astrology and using it to help you support your own magic. So, yeah, so I guess that's where my head's at this morning. um, I hope you guys' this week is going really well. Um, as always, the links are in my videos to join any of my group services. I also have Lionsgate coming up. Hang on, we just launched a new candle for Lionsgate. So Lionsgate coming up. It's technically full on August 8th, but it starts this Saturday, and I am holding a service that will run the entire 2 weeks of it. So the Lionsgate has to do with this particular alignment and the flooding of the Nile. So this is a great time to focus on success and wealth and fast luck and really big positive shifts in anything. It honestly can be used for anything. I think it's typically used more for like wealth, abundance, prosperity, success, but that definitely doesn't mean that it can't be used to maybe like work on relationships. It has to do with an alignment of, and I'm gonna forget the alignment of these stars right now. I think one is Sirius, and I'm going to forget it right now, but it has to do with the alignment of these 3 stars and the flooding of the Nile. So of course the Nile floods once a year, and this is the desert we're talking about, and that is what delivers nutrients to the land and the crops, and also like refreshes the other like oasis, the other wells that would need water, right? So this is literally what sustains that land and its crops. So if you think about this once a year event with this astrological alignment, and this becomes a very, very powerful 2-week period. So we just launched, these are up on the site. We're doing a whole spell box with them. I can show you what else comes in it. There's the regular smaller group service where I'm going to do this size candle that I can send out, or you can add the full size candle or the full size spell box. I'm going to show you the other like big gift that comes in the box is these. I've included these Spirit Guardian spell boxes. So when you write your spell petitions, you can put them in here. You can add herbs, stones. You could even use this, honestly, probably if you put some pebbles on the bottom as an incense burner. Just make sure that you put pebbles in the bottom, and you could burn like cone incense in here. I wouldn't recommend it for charcoal and doing resin incense, but this will come in the full-size spell box as well, along with my Wealth of the Nile oil, which is an oil I only make during this 2 weeks. It has saffron in it. It has lotus in it. It has lapis lazuli in it. It is a fantastic oil if you can snag a bottle that I make during the Lionsgate. So, yes, that is already up on the site. You can go to it, shop.conjuredcardea.com, and you can go ahead and sign up for, like I said, there's all different spans of the service. You can do like the 1 to 3 day, there's a 4 day, there's a 2 week, and we have all kinds of add-ons that you can that you can add onto it. If you were only going to really participate in one big astrological event, considering where we're at in the year, because the year's half over, like more than half over, this would be it. If you need a boost magically, if there is something you have been working towards, if there is a spell you have been wanting to perform, do it during this period, and you can add my service to it as backup. You send me your petition. I can help you rewrite it, reword it if you want, rework it, however. But this annual flooding of the Nile and just the symbolism of that, as well as the alignment of these three particular stars and this astrological portal opening up, is a big, big deal. We love it. I get great results from it. I get great results for my clients from it. And yeah, I'm all about the Lionsgate and the Leo energy. So we just designed the label to reflect that, the flooding of the Nile here. So, and we've got the oasis here on the side, just sort of like, you know, your magic coming to life. We've got the, you know, Milky Way up here, and of course our lion. But yeah, she's a really beautiful label. Your Wealth of the Nile oil is going to have this same imagery on it. So we take a lot of time to put into our magical imagery so that these colors and symbols are something that will trigger being in alignment with what the meaning of this is. So we work really, really hard on those labels. Yeah, good morning, everyone. Okay, lovelies. Don't forget, join the Cleopatra service. Go get that link, shop.conjuredcardea.com, my new moon glamory service. Get your free 4-ounce Cleopatra spell candle, okay? Because this is the last call for that. I do offer some packages on my site that where you have full access to me, and I provide you with learning materials and I help you with workings. So there are packages on my site for that. If you go to my site, shop.conjuredcardea.com, and look under Learn Root Work, you will see the packages and also the digital items I have available. I have digital books available. I'm actually just finished an actual book that is going into publication. I just listed a bunch of digital spell pages. So there is all kinds of resources for you at shop.conjuredcardea.com. So that is ConjuredCardea, just like the name of this channel. So I do have self-igniting incense. Yep, it is on the site. I have candles I have to go pour, so I'm going to have to sign off for today. But it was lovely seeing you all. If you are so inclined, you can now make tips on this channel. If you enjoy the videos that I put out, if you enjoy the content, if you enjoy the lives, if maybe you got a question answered and you feel so inclined, that helps me give back to my beautiful altars down here. And of course, the donation will be made to the altar in your name. And have a beautiful and blessed new moon, everyone. I will see you all soon.